Hey Brad Gang, I hope everyone's doing good and keeping safe. In today's video, I want to chat to you guys about Ocugen, so ticker symbols OCGN. So as a company, they're waiting for the FDA approval, and once they get that, if they get it, hopefully there's a lot of anticipation that they will get it. Once they get it, this is going to be a major catalyst sending this price to the moon. I mean, you can already see the price has been rising since my last video. So in today's video, I'm going to go through the price action and also go through basically any other fundamental news. We're waiting for this to take off, head to $20 or beyond. But before I get into today's video, guys, go ahead, subscribe just for more content like this if you're following Ocugen or any other stocks that I cover on my channel. With that being said, let's get this bread. So we'll start off with Finviz. And I like to point you guys to the short float. So the short float is sitting at 27.3%, which is really high. The short squeeze is possible, but it'll be very hard for Ocugen because the shares float right now is 193.9 million shares. And that's 195.5 million shares that are outstanding. It'll be a lot harder because there's a lot more shares in circulation, etc. So even if the share prices rise, a lot of short sellers will be able to easily access shares. There won't be the whole squeeze of like short sellers scrambling to get shares because there's not much supply in circulation. But nevertheless, the short squeeze really is possible. Instead of basically in one session the price takes off 500%, etc., which you normally see with short squeezes. Or instead the price might actually just be taken off. You might be getting like 50% gain here, 20% gain, 70% gain, that kind of thing. So another thing I like to point you guys to is the EPS this year and EPS next year. So the EPS this is pretty much earnings per share. So earnings per share is the monetary value of earnings per outstanding share of common stock for a company. In many ways, it's kind of like showing you your worth for each share that you hold. Basically the value of each share that you hold. And the fact that this year is gone up 79% or it's positive 79%. And next year they're projecting it to go up basically from 79% to 189%. Now this is a huge jump, and what this means is that look, there's a lot of positive vibes around Ocugen, right? Going into next year. I don't doubt that pretty much by February next year that this price would go from, I mean, it's already pretty much leaving penny stock level, but I don't doubt that this price will go pretty much above $20 plus by February next year. So the earnings per share, this shows that fundamentally this is a decent investment to basically hold on to for the long term. And also if you look at the EPS past 5 years, so the annual EPS growth past 5 years, and that's positive as well, positive 70%. So this is showing that the company is going from strength to strength, and basically your value per share that you hold is actually going up, even though it may not seem like recently where the price was dropping, etc. Basically the last couple of weeks where the price was dropping, you may not have seen that there was value within your shares, but there is value within your shares. And long term, there is a lot of value, and you can potentially get a lot of return on investment from Ocugen. So if I have a look at the chart of OCGN, so first of all, I'm loving this pre-market. So pre-market is going from basically below, well, penny stock level to above penny stock level. So hopefully the price actually stays above that. So pre-market right now is sitting at $10. And the good thing about this is that the price is actually above the 20 moving average. So this shows that the momentum is to the bullish side, and we're going to potentially start seeing some really good bullish trends heading up, especially heading up towards testing these resistances. So the resistances around, basically first of all around $14, and the all-time high around $18, $19. So basically this road to $20, I believe this price can really get to that. And this is the start of that move, or potentially the start of that move. And not only is the price above the 20 moving average, but the price is also above the 50 moving average. So this is really good because for the short term, the 20 moving average, next 20 days, the trend is potentially going to be bullish. And not only that, but for the next 50 days, so the midterm, so roughly around the next month to 2 months, the price is looking like it's going to be bullish. So this is really good and really positive for OCGN, especially seeing as they're hoping and waiting for FDA approval for their drug. So the minute they get that, look, this is gonna skyrocket. That's gonna be the catalyst that we need to basically send this price to the moon. So if you then have a look at the Fibonacci retracement tool, and the price right now is between 61% and 38%. So this is a buy zone. So the fact that the price is between this is going to be there's going to be a lot of buy, there's going to be a lot of demand, especially seeing as the price is above the 20 moving average, 50 moving average on a technical note, and on a fundamental note, Ocugen as a company, they're waiting for FDA approval. All the stars are coming together, guys. So if you then move on to the weekly chart, and the price is above the 50 MA on the weekly, but in particular, I'd like to show you guys the price is actually above the 20 moving average. It just got above it and it's staying above it. So this shows that on the weekly, there's a lot of bullish momentum to the upside. So for the next couple of weeks leading into the end of this year, we're likely going to see a lot of green candles. And of course, there'll be times where pretty much the price retraces back. But nevertheless, for the most time, we're going to see a lot of green candles. So if we have a look at the MACD, we're actually getting into a golden cross right now. So a golden cross is basically a very bullish sign. If there's a golden cross, it means that there's a lot of momentum, bullish momentum that's basically overpowering the bearish momentum. And therefore, we're likely going to start seeing some bullish trends. And that's the case on this weekly chart. By the end of this week, if the golden cross is still there, and it hasn't gone from basically bullish to bearish, then I believe we're going to see, like I was saying, especially with the 50 MA, the price being above the 50 MA and the 20 moving average, we're likely going to see some really good green candles for the basically towards the end of this year. If that's the case, if the golden cross stays established, then we're definitely on the weekly, well, more than likely going to head up to test the resistance. The resistance, I would say, well, on the weekly, it's looking like $15, but I would say it's more the $14 resistance, because $14 resistance was a good resistance on the daily chart. So if we break that, and as you can see, every time the price got to that, there's actually been a lot of bearish rejection. I mean, look at that. There's a huge bearish rejection wick on that candle and brought the price down, basically testing the 20 moving average. 20 moving average held as a dynamic support, bring the price back up to test that resistance again. And yet again, we're seeing a lot of bearish rejection within that in the form of a bearish, basically a bear engulfing candle. And looks like the price is heading up to test that again. So the thing with support and resistance is that the more the price tests that resistance, the weaker that resistance gets. So basically, this is looking like we're effectively, in fact, how many? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe on the sixth time we're going to break that resistance. And this being a major resistance, the minute this resistance is broken, especially with this FDA approval news, if basically they get the FDA approval, there's really no reason why the price can't get to $30, $40, $50. I mean, we've all seen what happened with digital acquisition, so digital world acquisition, so DWAC, and we've seen what recently what happened with BAKKT. So back, this could potentially be the same with Ocugen. So guys, I'm really bullish on Ocugen. I mean, I've done a couple of videos, road to $20. I'm really bullish on it. And I'm staying on this road. I believe we're still on this road to get to that. But just like everything else, make sure you do your background research on this, because every investment carries risks. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys subscribe and of course hit that notification bell. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Ocugen, and especially this FDA approval. Do you believe they're going to get the FDA approval? And if so, why is that the case? If not, why is that the case? Let me know in the comments below. And also give this video a thumbs up. Let me know this is the kind of content you guys like to see, and I'll continue bringing out content like this. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next video.